Hey folks, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel, whatever the case may be. I'm coming to you from my lovely comfy chaise lounge chair. I know that there are gonna some of you curious curious people are probably wondering how I ended up like this with my teeth. Just, curious, whatever. Biggest reason why I don't really like being on camera is because of my teeth. Yes. Well, this tooth is one of my two front teeth. I had an abscess that the only way to in the gum above the tooth, the only way to deal with it was to pull the tooth. This tooth, I was getting dental work done on it. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I got dental work done on it. The dentist was from another country, and he was, yeah, anyways, because my regular dentist was on holidays, but he accidentally damaged the nerve ending. So it was either get the tooth pulled or get a root canal. Well, with being on disability, they will cover getting the tooth pulled, but they will not cover root canal. So I had to get it pulled. I have not gotten replacements because, same reason, income assistance won't cover it. They will cover a full plate, but they will not cover a partial or a bridge. And I think a partial is just like 1 and a bridge is like 2, would be like, this is would probably be a bridge, right? Yeah, between the two. So basically I'm stuck looking like a toothless hillbilly until I get them all pulled and get a full plate put in. But I thought I'd come and share and chat for a bit. I'm working on, this is the letter B for my daughter, Wolfie. Yeah. So what I'm all done the letter B. I'm all done this. Now I'm doing the background, which is all white. But I also decided to do a black border around, because I thought, oh, that should make it pop, and it sure does. So what I'm doing is, as you can see, like, I started up here. I do the black, right? I did the black across here and then down here, and then I would only do so far, and then I would fill in the white as much as I could, and then I'd move the frame down, and so I got down to here, right? I'll finish this. I'll do this part of the white later, but I'm now moving across. I'm doing across the top here, and then I'll be working my way down to the bottom here, and then I'll get the whole bottom done, and then I'll get like the inside done. Or maybe as soon as I'm done with this black across here and then down, maybe I'll fill in here. I don't know. We'll see as things progress. But in the meantime, this is just how I'm doing it. I'm sticking to just the two colors, black and white, right? This is very simple, very quick and easy, and I'm really enjoying it. I do really like sitting here and working on my stuff. I actually have a diamond painting that I'm working on in this while sitting over here. But I've been doing more knitting than anything else the last few days, aside from sleeping. I've been doing a lot of sleeping. I spent the majority of yesterday sleeping, and boy, do I mean the majority of the day. Like, I was awake briefly I remember probably about noon, and again at 4, and then shortly after 7, it's like, oh, well, my boyfriend should be showing up tonight, is going to be showing up sometime tonight, so I should like actually get up And I went and I sent him a message asking him what time he's going to be showing up. And a couple minutes after sending him that message, there's a knock at the door. And then the door opens, and all of a sudden his lunch bag comes flying in the door, and then the door slams closed. It's like, wait, what? Oh, he's here. So yeah, I had to scramble to get up. And oh my goodness. Yeah, so he actually had to ran back to his truck to get. He brought over Pitch Perfect and Pitch Perfect 2, and we watched those two movies last night. But with this heat, oh my lord! I actually he went home about midnight last night, and I was up for a little while longer before I went to sleep, and spent most of that time. I can't remember if I think I was watching, might have been watching Chicago Fire or diamond painting videos. I can't remember. But yeah, I've been binge watching Chicago Fire because I've been getting a lot of little clips from that show on YouTube popping up, like the shorts. Yeah, but not just that show. A few other shows as well. But it's been mostly Chicago Fire, so I've been watching that. I'm binge watching that right now on Amazon Prime. And knitting a lot. And what I'm knitting, actually, just, oops, wrong hole, I'm shy. Sorry. I've been knitting. It's really pretty and pink. It was a really good deal, so I got this really nice soft pink. It's so soft. So I've been working on this on my circular knitting needle. I like using circular knitting needles like this because with arthritis it keeps the weight centered rather than pulling it off to one side or the other. I very rarely, I think the only time I ever use like just the straight needles is like, as they have to be short straight needles, and I only use them for knitting dishcloths or small things. Yeah, because longer knitting needles, as you progress working with the working on something, the weight of all of that yarn combined together like this, right, will start pulling on the end of the knitting needle, and it can cause strain. It will cause strain on your hands for your arthritis if you have arthritis. So I've been I focus on using circular knitting needles, unfortunately, because when I moved away from my ex, I left a lot of stuff behind, unfortunately, and that's because of my van, the issues with my van. It got to be too much. It was too hard for me to keep the van on the road, so I just not long after moving into this fifth wheel, I canceled the insurance and I just left the van parked. And then I gradually forgot what all was wrong with the van. I just remembered that the van had quite a few issues. But the biggest issue was the draining of the battery. Trying to keep it charged. To the point where I was worried that, like, if I went somewhere and was parked for too long of a period of time, I'd go hop back into the van to come home and the battery would be dead, and then I'd have to get someone to help jumpstart the van. And then in a recent video I shared how my neighbor told me about a kill switch, how a kill switch will help with that. So I went and I ordered a kill switch off of Amazon, and it came in, and I went to put it in, and it's like, oh, this is for a different type of battery. It's for the type that already has like the posts, and then you just add the connectors to the posts on the battery. Well, the battery in my van doesn't have posts. The connectors have the posts built in. So then you have to screw the posts into the battery. And it's also the battery also has, it's like side connectors. Yeah. So then I got in touch with a local mechanic, and he came over and he had a look, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I can do this, this, and this, and then it'll work." So and he did. He got and like the instructions for the kill switch, and even on Google, the same thing. They're all saying, well, the kill switch gets connected, is attached to the negative post of the battery. So that's what he did. Only to find out afterwards, well, it's supposed to be connected to the positive, not the negative. Because I went back to my neighbor and I'm like, well, yeah, I'm still, but it's connected, but it's like still draining. He's like, oh, is it connected to the positive? I'm like, no, the instructions are for the negative. So he connected it to the negative, and he's like, oh, no, you connect it to the positive, you never have an issue. It's like, huh, okay. I don't think of these things, and I expect professionals would know this kind of stuff, and like you'd think that a mechanic would know this, but like I talked to a mechanic at a local auto shop just down the street here, and he said, well, they don't do kill switches. I would have to take the van in, and he'd do the whole rigmarole, find out what's causing the drain, and fix that problem. Whereas the kill switch is just a roundabout way of dealing with the issue, but not solving the issue. Yeah. Until I can afford to find out what it is that's causing the drain, the kill switch will help. And my neighbor likes using them because he leaves his vehicles parked for long periods of time. Because he's a snowbird. So like he'll leave, like, I guess he'll like leave his truck here, parked here for the winter. And so he'll have the battery turned off using the kill switch. And then when they come back in the spring, he just turns the kill switch, just turns the battery back on, and it'll run, not a problem. So, yeah. So now, trying to get the mechanic that did the work, that did the kill switch for me, trying to get him to come over and switch it over to the positive. But with this heat, it's like, it's 34 degrees outside right now. I had the AC on all night last night because it's still too warm even with the AC on. Like, even with the at night, I could sleep with the door open, the windows all open, and I'd still be too warm. I actually slept with the fan pointing at me the night before. Yeah, and it helped a bit, but like I don't have very powerful fans, and they're not very big. The fans that I've got, they're just like they're like little mini electric hand fans, right? Yeah, and they're mainly just to help cool me down, like for like just run them for a couple of minutes to help cool me down. But I'm actually finding that I'm actually having to use them to help cool me down and keep me cool. And like last night when my boyfriend came over, because we like, for privacy, we have the door to the bedroom closed, which means that the AC doesn't run into the bedroom. So we were using the fan, and Wolfie's little fan that's in there, and having it pointing directly at me because, yeah, I had a quick shower when he first got here, and it was a cool shower, which means it was a longer shower than normal because I don't need it hot. Just need it nice and cool to help keep me cool. And yeah, so yeah, I remember the first movie, Picture Perfect. I think everybody remembers that movie the most because it's the oldest of the three. The second one, I forgot that Katie Seagal was in it, and I thought it was really cool that she was in it. She didn't have a very big part, but it was a pretty important part. Yeah. Um, but it was a really, I really like that. I really like those movies. Um, that trilogy of movies. And my boyfriend told me that he recently saw the Happy Gilmore. That's it, Happy Gilmore. I almost said Gilmore's Girls. Yeah, he told me that he watched the new Happy Gilmore movie and that it was really good. So cool. So I'm gonna give that a go. And I told him that yeah, I want to watch the new Superman movie because there is an actress in the Superman movies, in this new Superman movie, who actually she works for What the Hales in Ohio. So I'm really eager to see her in the movie. So I haven't gotten around to watching it yet, but I will soon because well, it's just recently come out right in theaters. Um, so yeah, um, you can see part of my this is my grotesque Cookie Monster. He is not a fan of it. My boyfriend is not a fan of this diamond painting. I want to dig out. Um, I did 2 Optimus Prime videos, canvases for him, diamond paintings, and the larger one. I'm gonna dig it out. I'm gonna seal it, and I'm gonna hang it right next to my Cookie Monster. Yeah, I know he'll like that. He'll like looking at that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a house with him, and then because I want to get a bunch of diamond paintings and cross stitch kits of his favorite stuff that I can seal and mount, like frame and put up on the walls in our place for him. And like I want to have like at least 2 bedrooms, one for him and I, and one for my crafts, my hobby room. And in that room, I'll have my grotesque Cookie Monster and other diamond paintings like that I know that he's not a big fan of. Um, that way, he doesn't have to see them. Yeah, and I can still enjoy them myself. Yeah. So yeah, the other day, yeah, Wolfie and I earlier this week, we went to the town next door, and I returned my CPAP machine because I felt like I don't really need it. Don't really need it anymore because I'm sleeping in a better way. I'm not sleeping in the bedroom anymore. The bed in the bedroom is Wolfie sleeps in there by herself now. The only time I'm in there is like to lay down and cuddle up next to her to have a nap, or when my boyfriend comes over, and then he and I go and we cuddle in there and watch movies because that's where the TV is and the Blu-ray player with surround sound. So we have the surround sound pretty loud so that I can at least hear the quiet parts of the movie. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so now I sleep out here. So I'm not having to like climb over Wolfie to get in and out of bed. but because of the size of the chaise lounge chair and how it's, yeah, how it's built and whatnot, I sleep pretty upright, and I actually breathe a lot better by sleeping here. So I returned the CPAP machine, and Wolfie got the initial test kit just to see what her sleeping is like, and she finally remembered to use it last night. I think that's because I actually took it in there and handed it to her yesterday, and was going to return it today to the clinic because was expecting the mechanic, but he still hasn't shown up. Apparently he works on a septic tank as well as doing auto mechanic work. Not a big town, so yeah. So yeah, I messaged him shortly after I got up this afternoon asking him about coming over, and he's like, yeah, I'm on the septic tank today. I'll come over tomorrow. It's like, okay, cool. So first thing in the morning, I'm gonna start pestering him because I would like to be able to go to the town next door in the afternoon and return the test thing, the kit, to the respiratory place. So it's called the Independent Respiratory Clinic. No. Independent Respiratory Services, or IRS for short. So yeah, IRS. So yeah, I want to return that tomorrow and pick up a couple of groceries tomorrow as well. I because of everything that happened on payday, because I'm an artard and I don't always follow through with my budgeting plans. Plus Temu kind of sucked me in, and I overspent on Temu. I did refund I did cancel some of the stuff, but it's like, screw it, I'll get this other stuff just because. So yeah, I got a small loan, to help cover the cost of the insurance for the van, because after getting propane and water, and then getting a jug of milk at 7-Eleven on the way home the other day. And yes, I know 7-Eleven is not cheap, but it was just a quick in and out. I was a few dollars short for the insurance, so I got the loan and got to pay that back on payday. And so we've got enough money to cover the insurance for the van and some groceries. Excuse me. Okay. Shoot. All right. Okay. I just finished off with the white here. So now I need another white. But I never did share this with you guys. This was from the package that I got that I did not do an unboxing video of. This is for holding thread, floss, the floss and needles, right? So it also comes with cards that slide in here, and you can have like the numbers or symbols, whichever you choose, or even numbers or symbols, whatever. So you know which color is what. I haven't used those cards yet because I'm limited on how many I've got. Sorry, I gotta turn my little fan on. It's starting to heat up too much in here. But what I've been doing is I have been using it a little bit. So what I do is, like, so I've got this one, right? So this is the color that I'm working with, 3865. This is the background. So I take these out off of the card here. So there's two, right? And then I separate this. So each of these, there's 6 strands to each. So I separate it so there's 3 and 3. Because with an 11 count, it's 3 threads to the 3 threads for the floss that you're working with. So this is just how I separate my floss. Some people will do a single thread at a time. I do them all together, and well, they end up all twisted up, right? Well, then I just hold it up and I let it untwist itself, right? And then it goes over the little hook here, and then the foam is divided, right? See? Yeah. So now I'll do this whole row in this way with the white. Well, actually down here I'll have my 310 over here, which is for the border. But I'm not going to do all of that right now because I am doing a video. So I'm just going to do this one. There's number 2. And now do this one. I like it when they separate easily, like this. But there's the odd times when I come across, I end up with ones that aren't quite so easy to separate. I just go a little bit slower. Yeah, this one was a lot easier to separate. And it just makes it go faster. So, itchy nose. Oh, I hate allergies. I hate allergies, especially when you don't know what it is that you're allergic to. Alright, so I'm just going to set this one aside because I'm going to thread that one. But as you can see, I got 3 going here. And now what I do is I have this on the edge of my desk so that the floss hangs down the side of the desk so it's not in the way of tripping or anything like that. So I've got that. I'll do that. I'll add more later off camera. But now I've got my floss, got my needle. I got it on this for now. I've got something fancy and new coming in the mail from Temu. So let me just, I'm gonna put this back in the case for now. Put that over there, and my fan died. Yeah. So, anywho, there. I got my fan blowing on me. So now I just thread this in, weave this in the back. I like doing the border because, like the background, because it's very simple. Very simple. And it looks really nice, tidy. See here, this is the back, right? So you can see just how nasty of a mess this all is, right? And how nice, neat, and tidy this all is. Yeah. All right. Okay. So going across the top here, what I'm doing is I'm doing it one grid at a time. I'm filling in one grid, and then I move over to the next grid and fill that in. Yeah. And if you're wondering what I mean by grid, just give me a second here and I'll show you. All right, what I refer to as a grid is basically like from this line to this line, and I'll go down to the bottom, like to the as far down as it goes, and then I'll do this, then I'll go over to this grid and I'll do all of this and even down into this grid, and then I'll move over and I'll do this grid. But yeah, these next three, the next three grids, squares, whatever, I'll be going back and forth like this way. It's just with this, yeah. Anyways, it's just how I'm doing it. So, in the meantime, let's see. My dad called me up today and said that there was a letter in the mail from the insurance company for me with a reminder to renew my driver's license. Well, it expires in October on my birthday, close to the end of October. So at the beginning of October, when I get my GST money, I'm going to be using that money to renew my driver's license, renew my BCID, and get Wolfie's BCID done. Yeah. Because she doesn't have valid BCID right now. She still has her Alberta ID. We're focusing on getting other things done right now, and the number one biggest, most important thing is reliable transportation. I don't know if I mentioned in my previous video, but I did talk to my mechanic. Like I talked to him about the kill switch, getting it changed over, and I also said that at some point I got to see about getting the power steering pump, a new power steering pump put in. And he said that that's something that would require bringing it in, having it in the shop. So for when that happens, I will set it up so that it's during a time when I'm not going to be really needing the van for a few days. But I still, like, highest priority right now is getting the van going again, and then emptying it out. So tonight, after it starts to, after it's cooled down a bit tonight, then Wolfie and I are gonna go out and we're gonna start sorting and organizing all the crap that's in the back of the van. And that's all the recycling. There's a whole bunch of empty boxes, and there's some boxes in there that I'm wanting to hold on to for shipping diamond paintings. There's a couple boxes in there, 1 or 2 boxes in there that have diamond paintings in it. So I've got to sort that stuff out. But yeah, so there's a whole bunch of empty boxes that have to be broken down for the recycling bins. There's empty tin cans and lids. There's plastic bottles. There's glass jars. There's also pop bottles and pop cans that to take to the bottle depot to cash in for money, as well as a few items for the thrift store. So the stuff for the thrift store is going to go into a box, and then we can just hand the box over with all of that stuff in it, and then we don't have to worry about like handing them a tote bin and having them empty the tote bin and then give the tote bin back. We can just drop off the box, there you go, and away we go. The recycling and empties are going to go into, there are a couple of tote bins in the van, so we're going to use those tote bins for the recycling and the empties, like the tin cans, that kind of stuff. But it's just a matter of actually sorting the stuff. So then when we do get to those locations, we can just say, okay, well, here we go, empty it, and away we go. Yeah, because what I've been doing is just throwing it all into a bag together and then just throwing the bag into the van without sorting it. Future me problem. And future me is coming up soon, so yeah, basically just been waiting until we're able to get the van going to be able to do that. And then once we've got the van cleaned out and sorted and whatnot, then we're going to take all the bags of laundry and throw those into the van. And so then we can start going, we're going to start going to my dad's every few days to do laundry. We were going to do the laundromat thing, but it's like $5 just to wash a load of laundry. Yeah, can't really afford it right now. So with the van running, we're just going to go to my dad's, wash a couple loads of laundry, bring it home, hang it up to dry. When it's dry, fully dry, then we'll go back to my dad's, do a couple more loads in the wash, bring it back, and yeah, repeat the cycle. So every 2 or 3 days or whatever, depending on weather and what have you. Like I was hoping to be able to do that today being Thursday, the 31st of July. I was hoping to go like drive over to my dad's, drop Wolfie off, like, well, not drop her off, but like leave the van there with Wolfie and laundry. She could wash 2 loads of laundry, and then I would go to the town next door with my dad and return the kit, the sleep apnea kit. But my dad ended up going to my hometown, which is in the other direction, for a funeral, because a guy that he had known for the better part of 40 years recently passed away, and today was his service. And he had known this guy and the guy's siblings, brothers and sisters, for, yeah, the better part of 40 years. So he went, did that instead. Yeah. Plus, most of the guys that he normally meets for coffee were there too. Yeah, they went to the service as well. So, so the mechanic is coming tomorrow, and yeah, I'm hoping that that I can get him to show up in the morning and get that done, so then Wolfie and I can get out to the IRS in the afternoon to drop this thing off and then go pick up a few groceries at Walmart. And that will be the last time that we go to the town next door until next payday, because of the cost of gas, and because the van is a bit of a gas guzzler. And for us to do another trip to the town next door would require putting more gas in the tank, because I don't like going below half a tank of gas. But if it was important enough, then yeah, I would. But yeah, the van goes through just under a quarter tank of gas. Just under a quarter tank of gas. So from a full tank of gas, we could do 3 trips to the town next door without worrying about the gas. So after that, like, I want to keep all driving local, which means just driving back and forth to my dad's or to the pharmacy for meds, or if we really need more water, then we go to the grocery store where we can refill a water jug. There's a store in the town next door that I actually like going to for water because it's for $6. For $6, they clean and sterilize the jug, they refill the jug, and they put caps on it, and they'll even carry them to your vehicle for you for $6. That's for two. That's for two of my water jugs. So for $6, yeah. Or I can go to the grocery store in town here, and it's like two something. It's less than $3 for the water refill. And then and like if you need a cap, you have to pay for the cap as well. So it could run you like $4 or $5 just for one jug here in town. So I really like that place in the town next door, because they also have air conditioning, and I can chat with the guy while he's doing his work, and he's able to do both jugs at the same time. Yeah, he's able to do both water jugs at the same time, and I'm hoping the next time I have to go there. Oh, plus it's within walking distance of the gas station that I go to for propane. So yeah. And yeah, so we have a full tank of propane waiting to go for when the one that we are currently using runs out. So we're not hurting for propane now, finally, at long frelin last, eh? Yeah. So I'm happy about that. And we actually we really needed the water. So we've got the water. So we've got an empty jug, we've got a full jug, and then we've got like about 3/4 of a jug on the water dispenser. So that should get us through until next payday. If not, then yeah, we'll go to the town. We'll go downtown here and refill a jug, and it'll only cost us for the water, because I still have an unused cap. Because you can buy either a single cap in a package, or you can buy 3 caps in a package. So the last time we got water at the store in town, I bought a 3-pack. Or it could have been the time before that. Anywho, I've got 1 cap left. So we're good for that. And if I don't have the money in my account, I have enough change. I have enough loose change for a jug of water. Water jug. Yeah. So I am gonna have to I don't know. I'm thinking that I should end the video soon. Because it's pretty warm. It's getting pretty warm. And I want to turn up the AC in here. Because yeah, you may have noticed that my upper lip gets pretty damp. And my forehead as well, a bit. And I've got my little fan going. So yeah, I'm gonna have to turn up the AC and do some dishes. Yeah, Wolfie came out she came out here and she sits down in my chair at my workstation and just looking at me, and it's like So I start chatting with her and talking about this and that and this other what's going on and how I'm feeling and then I'm like, why are you out here anyways? She's like, cause it's warm in there. I'm like, we'll turn up the AC. Cause yeah, um, what we do is like we have the AC on, right? We have it cranked to try and keep it nice and cool in here. It gets too cool. It gets cold in the bedroom for her, and so then she closes the bedroom door, and then it starts to warm up in there. Once it's too warm in there for her, then she opens up the door to help cool it down. So because we can't, there's no other way we can't regulate the temperature in the bedroom because it has to stay cool enough in here for me, and it's tricky. So that's just the way we do it. um, I've actually a few times I've actually thought about sleeping on the couch outside at night. Yeah, I've thought about it, but I've never actually followed through with it because for the same, I guess, for the same reason why I don't sleep with my door open at night. Although I did do that last year a few times. I fell asleep at night with the door wide open. I could probably get away with it now because if anybody walked past the place, they wouldn't know that the door was open because you can't see the door from the parking lot driveway because my van is blocking the view. And from that side, that end, you'd have to actually be either on the porch of the house or looking out one of the windows on this side of the house in order to be able to see my door to see that it's open. And well, that late at night, there's any activity in the house next door is on the other side of the house. So, yeah. Because I think the kids' bedrooms are on this side of the house. I think. I don't know. I've never been in the house. I'm going based on what they have covering the windows on this side, which are like kids' blankets, kids' curtains type stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, I think. Oh, and so tomorrow is the 1st of August, which is the beginning of the Chaos and Hilarity event being hosted by Jill and Tom from Diamond Painting with the Edwards family. So I'm Team Chaos all the way. So tomorrow I'm going to start working on my Mouthy Woman, and which is my Team Chaos canvas. Um, I'll do like I think I'll do a quick little video each day of me working on it. And because of how chaotic the canvas is, I will only show the section that I'm working on. So you won't be seeing the whole thing because it's kind of disturbing. Because she's got freaky mouths in some pretty disturbing places. Yeah. And if I finish that one in time, then I will start working on my hilarity my hilarity canvas, because I got one of each, right? And the Team Hilarity one is Captain Caveman from my boyfriend. Maybe I'll hang that one up right here. Then I don't have to, once it's done, then I don't have to go hunting go hunting for Optimus Prime. I want to get Bumblebee. I do. I want to get a Bumblebee Transformers canvas. What I really want to do is I want to do a cross stitch. Cross stitch. Yes, I'm liking cross stitch more than diamond painting these days. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. And I think it's because I can sit back and relax over here while working on a cross stitch. I know I mentioned earlier that I am working on a diamond painting over here too. So actually, I'll set this down and I'll show you what diamond painting I'm working on over here. Because it's easy to work on. It's my unicorn and fairy. So see my unicorn and fairy partial that I got from the dollar store. Yeah, because it's all like crystals and specials. So I've done just 2 sections so far, and I just used tweezers. Yeah. So this is all I've got done so far, and I just set it on the armrest, and I'm not using a tray. I'm just using the lids because I'm using the my really big honkin' bottles, and so I just pour a few into the lid, and then I just use the tweezers to pluck them out of the lid and put them on the canvas. So I actually have a box that I can use to ship all of these to my friend down in Colorado. So yeah, and I do it's a 30 by 40, but I do like doing these because they are pretty. They're really nice, and because they're already pre-framed, right? And it's a partial, so it doesn't take too long to do, because I do use tweezers. It doesn't take that long to do. So I'm looking forward to sending this to her, and I've got a few others to send to her at some point as well. So now that you have seen the cross stitch that I'm working on and currently working on, and once that's done, then I'm going to start on my smoking rose. It's still sitting on this frame. Yeah, and I've been thinking about doing the same thing with the border, but like the background on this one is black, so I'm thinking that maybe I could do like a white, right? Like the 3865. Yeah, I'm wondering about doing that. But I'll have to check the chart, because I might end up doing it in a pink instead, because I've got lots of different shades of pink. Lots. Like 601, 602, 603, 604, 605. They're all pink, and I have a lot of each of those pinks. So, and I don't know if the pink would look okay with that. I'm thinking about doing a pink border around my pink tree. Pink tree, right? Pink border? Maybe? Yes? No? Maybe so? I think it would look really cool. That's what I want to do with all of them, is give them all like a little a border, and then that's where I join the canvases together for my comforter once it's clean. And yeah, in the meantime, oh, excuse me, oh god, allergies. And yeah, and I don't know what it is that I'm allergic to. Don't mind me, I'm playing with my fan. I'm just I like this little fan. It's plugged in, it's charging while it's working, doing its cooling down magic. Okay, now I'm just getting ridiculous. I'm gonna go, because I need to see about making dinner too. So I'm gonna go, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.